Good morning. Today's topic is power animals. Along with power animals, we will talk on spirit animals and totems too. So let's begin with spirit animals. So animals are all around us, and each of them has a gift for us because every animal has an attribute, the way it walks, the way it talks in its sound, and everything about it, what it does. Our ancient ancestors rarely communicated with words. The communication was always through symbols, and nature too communicates with symbols. Everything that comes to us through our clairs, our sensibilities, our visuals are all through symbols. Very rarely does anyone speak to us. So, the most important thing about shamanism is the symbolism. Symbolism through power animals, symbolism through spirit guides, and symbolism through totems. Spirits, spirit animals, spirit guides are those whom we need when we need love, we need support, we need inspiration, and we need guidance. Our spirit guides speak to us in our meditation depending upon the strength of our clairs. Those of us who are visually strong, they speak to us through visuals. Some of us can hear them, some of us can feel them. It depends on how they speak to us, how our clairs are strong. When a spirit animal is giving you support, is giving you guidance, that's when an animal is giving you support and guidance, it's a spirit animal. A power animal is when we become one. Okay, now let's just take an example of the snake, our favorite animal. When a snake says shed the skin, it's the spirit animal because it's giving us guidance. But when we actually begin to shed our past the way the snake sheds its skin, the snake is in us and it is our power. Have you understood the difference between the spirit animals and the power animals? When it's giving us guidance, time to shed, that's the time it's a spirit animal. It's not doing anything, it's just telling you, it's supporting you, it's guiding you. But when we actually begin to shed, actually begin to do the work, that is when the power is within us, the power to shed. And that's when that's when they are our power animals. Now, power animals belong to your generational lineage. They are from the ancestors too. They belong to your clan, that is your community that you belong to. Power animals are yours at birth. And every one of us has, and here when we use the word clan, it is both the maternal side as well as the paternal side. In shamanism, both paternal side and maternal side are given equal importance. And the child, when the child turns 7, that's the time the child realizes which is the animal that I want to have in my space and which I don't want to have in my space. And this is, of course, in pure shamanism, where the children are not subject to so much of trauma and abuse as in normal way of life. Power animals, spirit animals, all include every mammal, every insect, every bird, fish, reptile, amphibian, and crustacean. Some of us don't honor some animals, especially the insects, especially some birds like the pigeons. And we consider as them as pests. We resent them. And when we resent a particular animal, a particular insect, bird, in any form, or are fearful of them, we are fearing the gifts or resenting the gifts that each one brings. The next question you will have, are humans power animals too? Yes, human is an animal too, and it has its own power. And some of us have so much power that we don't even realize it. The day you will realize that you are the combination of all the powers, you will understand how powerful a human being you are. Animals make themselves show their presence in your life through many mediums. Most important is your dreams. And then we are confused, why is this animal come? Oh, it brings up first thing is, why is this animal come? And fear, resentment. When an animal comes in the dream, ask yourself, what is the gift that it brings for me? You will encounter it at different places. Snakes in a building, cheetahs in a building. You don't know where they will appear in your life. Out of the blue, they will be there. Dragonflies on the 30th floor. I've encountered them too. And that's the time we need to ask ourselves, what is the gift that they bring us? Of course, in modern shamanism, we also see them on billboards. We also see them in TV's ads, of course, YouTube ads, and anywhere and everywhere. We see them in our social media. We see them in products that we use. And it's beautiful to see, to honor their appearance in our life. Sometimes they may just appear out of nowhere. When any animal, when I use the word animal, it includes the entire animal kingdom. When anyone from the animal kingdom calls on you, what does it mean? It means that you need to reawaken that part in us. How do you reawaken that part in us? We have an etheric body, and the etheric body has the imprint of every one in the animal kingdom. And all you need to do is awaken that etheric body, that part in your etheric body that represents that particular one from the animal kingdom. You're called to invoke that part of you that is injured, that is fragmented, that needs healing. Now, how do you call upon your power animal? Consciously. Consciously, when you need some power of some animal, invoke it. And yes, the shamans don't invoke it the way we invoke. We just ask that animal, please help us. And watch what happens. And be in allowance. The shamans would go to the lower world and invite that animal, invite the attributes of that animal into them. And that is what we call as journey. Some animals are with us right from birth. Some animals are sent to us, are follow the ancestral lineage. Some of them are there from the beginning of creation until now. Some of them come to us from past lifetimes. And some of them come to us only during that period of time when we need them. And when their work is done, they leave. And that is the time we need to honor them leaving us. Oh, where is my power animal? Where is my power animal? Is only going to offend them. Their work is done. They don't need to be anymore in your life. The two parts of working with power animal are gratitude and forgiveness. Gratitude for every gift that they are giving you, and forgiveness for not receiving the gifts that they want to give you. We only see ye nahi hai, ye nahi hai, ye nahi hai. But we forget to say, look at the gifts and receive them when we need to receive them. The last part is the totems. What are totems? In Americas, till today, outside many tribes and outside many homes, you see the poles, which are commonly known as totem poles. And they have carvings of animals on them. What is a totem? Totem is what you are. What makes you that person? So, you will have the totem of your clan, you will have the totem of your tribe. There is now, how do we differentiate between the tribe and the clans? Tribe is the collective energy from where people live together or belong together. Clan is your ancestors. And here it includes your maternal ancestors as well as your paternal ancestors. And finally, you. Who is your power? So the tribe, your paternal, your maternal, and you. These are the four animals that are put up as in the totem poles for individuals. For people who are living together, they put up totem animals on all four directions of their home for protection. There are totems which are with the chief of the tribe, and that includes so much more than what individuals have. So the chief will have the totem of the four directions of his tribe, what is within him and what is outside him too. Very rare to find such totems because totems are not always displayed to people like who are not from their tribes, the deeper ones. The totems have the magical powers of protection, shape shifting, and assistance. Assistance is guiding, protection. What is shape shifting? Shape shifting is a very important aspect. In the ancient way of life, when someone invoked an animal, they spent a good number of days behaving like the animal, becoming one like the animal. shape-shifting into how the animal walks, talks, behaves, and invoking the energies of that animal completely. So we have now completed everything in theory. The floor is open to questions. Yeah, Sandhya.
See, once you made a statement that, okay, now 2 or 3 questions. First, I'll ask my first basic question. Can a power animal change depending on my circumstances?
Of course.
This, okay. And then after that, you just say thank you and let it go to its place. And
Absolutely.
the next time, okay, next time I can invoke another one.
Absolutely. So there would be a different power animal for your relationships. A different one with your father, a different one with your mother, a different one for each of your siblings, different one for your spouse, and different one for your children. And the power of that animal will be evident when you are dealing with each one of them. So, when you are dealing with your spouse, the one of your the power animal of your children and your parents and your siblings will be dormant. The only thing is, now we need to realize who is our power animal for each of the relationships in our family. I'm just giving you, for example, relationships. You will have a different power animal with respect to work and money. You will have a different power animal with respect to health. And each one can be invoked at that point of time when you need help with each of these aspects of your life.
Oh, you know what I realized just now? If you really imbibe this in day-to-day life will be so smooth. I mean, if I'm always fighting with my husband or always cuddling my kids and growling at my mother, but I love my father. So all these, if I sort out the behavior of the animals, maybe I can adapt and wow, thank you. It explains a lot of stuff which happens in our lives, that means.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. Yes. Who else? So I will remove the spotlight so I can see everybody.
Spirit animals also can change. Our spirit animals.
Yes.
Okay.
So when they are animals are in the form of love, guidance, karo, karo, karo. Even if you don't listen to them, that's the time they are spirit animals. When you actually become one of them, that's the time you are the power animal. They are working through you.
Thank you.
Okay, there is something in the chat.
Spirit animals are one. Spirit
I'm sorry?
animal is one, or they are also spirit animal is just one only, or this can be these are also like power animals. These are different.
1 minute. Can you please repeat your question?
The spirit animal is also so many, or it is one, like power animal?
Animals everyone from the animal kingdom can give you advice.
Okay.
Spirit is when they love you, they support you, they give you advice. But that is, they all can give you advice.
Okay.
Who is working from you is your power animal.
Okay. That's good.
Like when I said snake, it says shed your past. I'm not listening to it. That time it is my spirit animal. But when I actually begin to shed my past, that's when I'm accepting it as my power animal and becoming the power of that animal.
Okay, now I got it. Yes, this is very.
That's how
difference, or a minute differences.
It's actually a major difference.
Yes. चिता एंड चिंता में जो छोटा एंड बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है, इज लाइक दैट.
Correct. Hmm. Okay, now I will see the chat box and see the question in the chat box. Hmm. How about cockroaches in the kitchen, mosquito bugs in the bed? Hmm. So, what is irritating you about the cockroaches? And what is the kitchen? Kitchen is where we create. Kitchen is a place for nurturing. And the cockroaches are something which hurts everybody. And most of us have cockroaches. Who has taken cockroach as the power animal? I'm waiting to hear from them. And who quantity of cockroaches also. Two parts, resentment and fear of every power animal. The day you move from fear and resentment to accepting their power, they're going to disappear from your house. And this question will be answered when we do cockroaches and bugs.
We have to accept their power, no? Cockroaches' power, we have to accept. We cannot run away. No chance, no ways.
And the thing is, when we smash them, we are actually killing the power of that cockroach. The important thing is to accept the power of every one from the animal kingdom. We humans come with that thing that we are the most powerful animal in the world. But when there is a nuclear bomb, it's the cockroach that survives. The nuclear bomb is supposed to be the most powerful weapon that the humans create now. But the chappal can kill the cockroach. Any more questions? Oh, there's something in the chat again. No more questions?
Actually, I have, like, there are two questions which I have. So first is about the lizards. Like, basically the thing was key in between. I used to find lizards everywhere. Like 3, 4 times I've seen them coming in my house also, and suddenly they all disappear.
Okay,
I don't
now
know
one
where.
second. One second.
Yeah.
If you're going to ask questions individually on every animal,
No,
we're
no.
going to wait for every animal to reveal its powers over the
Okay.
next 3 months. And if you have an individual question on the lizard, we will deal with it on the day of the lizard.
All right, all right. And the second one is, so if you have multiple power animals, like how I have, like the primary one is the lioness, but then I don't know why I'm always towards this wolf thing. So how would I get to know that what it is exactly?
How many friends do you have?
Hardly now, at least I have hardly few friends.
So even if you have 5 friends, how do you deal with them?
Yeah,
Individually?
yeah,
And
right.
that's how you're supposed to deal with your power animals. Individually.
Okay.
What purpose are they? For what purpose are they in your life? Ask them, and they will guide you with love, with support. That I am in your life for this particular purpose.
Okay.
And when they tell you, be with them when you are taking care of that purpose in your life.
Yes. Thank you.
You're most welcome. It's like how I'm handling the questions individually, one by one. Samir, you are going to answer that question. Samir's question is, when he sees a deer, be it on TV or real, he has some sort of energy flow. And that is going to be what you are going to tell us when you do this, when you do the deer. Okay, mosquitoes, of course. Yes, let's see how everyone flows with the energies of the different animals. The next time, we're going to begin with the serpent by Gauri, the jaguar with Manjari, and the tortoise with Mridula. And bring your questions for them. Okay? Thank you.